Hi, in this short clip, I'd like to offer our top 5 tips for managing time effectively. Firstly, you can't manage time. You can only manage what you do with it. We all have equal opportunity in this regard. We all have the same time available, 24/7, 365. It's what each of us does with it that counts. So time management is really priority management, deciding what is most important to us moment by moment. For example, we can use time to stay late or to be with our family, to bring work home or to watch a family film together, to use the lift or to use the stairs. Secondly, we can also decide whether to work on what's important or what's urgent. They are not the same. Urgent means time critical. Important means work or life critical. If we prioritize by urgent, these 3 things happen. Firstly, everything we do becomes urgent because urgent is always our priority. Secondly, some important happens too late. For example, to do a good job, we needed to start earlier rather than let it become urgent and rushed. And thirdly, some important never happens at all. This is because though we think it is important, it never becomes urgent, so it never gets done. Our third top tip involves interruptions. Are you regularly interrupted on a daily basis? If you are, do you have a to-do list? And if you do you have dealing with interruptions on it? If not, then you are not accounting for something that you do that takes time, interruptions. And this is why sometimes you might feel less effective. For example, if you have planned a 6-hour day and yet have to deal with 2 hours worth of interruptions, that is the interruption itself plus the work it generates, then you are looking at an 8-hour day. So you will either work longer to complete your list or get less of your list done, either of which will feel unsatisfactory. So, we suggest you log your interruptions for the next 10 working days. Record the time taken by the interruption itself and any work that follows as a result. Add up the time and divide by 10. This will give you an average daily interruption budget. Then add this to your to-do list, so your list more accurately reflects what is likely to happen. Remember too that not all interruptions are unhelpful. Many interruptions are actually why you are there. They are in effect service enquiries, people wanting to see you legitimately. Make sure you have the time to give to these interruptions, and work to remove or minimize those interruptions which are simply disruptive. Our fourth top tip is a communication one. Stop using urgent and ASAP when leaving messages or asking for information. Asking for something urgently is imprecise. Surely if it's urgent, then the deadline is known. If someone returns to their desk with 6 urgent requests, then it's a lottery which is dealt with in which order. Whereas if each message had the relevant deadline, it would not only make it easier for the recipient to decide an order for dealing with them, but it would reduce the anxiety they feel in trying to decide who to deal with first when all are regarded as urgent. The same applies to as soon as possible. What does this mean? Possible for who? So our advice is not only to stop using the words and instead give a precise time, it is also to challenge these words when used by others. If someone asks for something urgently, then just say, "Of course, when would you like this by?" Our final tip is a simple one, to do with emails. In fact, there are 2 tips. Firstly, always make the header reveal what the text is about. This makes it easier to find the relevant email later. And, for the same reason, if your text starts a new topic, then change the header. Thank you for listening.